Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and today I want to show you how to flat braid Kumihimo using a 10 warp braid, and I want to show you how to add beads to it. So I brought a couple other examples. This is what we're going to do here in the video. So I'm going to show you how to do this technique where you have the nice braid in the middle and then beads along the side. Now here is also another example, but this is a round braid. It's a 8 warp braid with beads that have been added, and we have another video on how to do this on Beadaholique.com. And then I want to show you what just the standard 10 warp flat braid looks like, and that's this bracelet right here that I'm wearing. So this is the focus of our project here in this video, and I've gone ahead and I've used S-Lon cord, and I've used size 8/0 seed beads, and I've preloaded my bobbins already. So I've wound my bobbins and I got beads on it already, and I've also attached a Kumihimo weight through the center. I've got these 10 strands knotted. And when you're doing this particular braid, the 10 warp, you start with 6 strands up top and 4 at the bottom. So for this pattern, I decided to do the 4 at the bottom in this dark purple, and then the teal color is the 6 at the top. And they have corresponding beads. If you're not familiar with how to wind your bobbins, how to go ahead and put your strands on a Kumihimo plate, we do have the other videos on Kumihimo on Beadaholique.com showing you how to do all that. So to start, you're not going to start with the beads, you're just going to start doing the standard 10 warp braid. And to do that, you're going to take the 5 over to the lowercase e on the side, and you're going to take the 6 to the uppercase e on the left side. Then you're going to take the 15 up to the 5, the 4 down to the 15, the 14 to the 4, and the 3 to the 14. So we've just done half of our plate. So now we're going to do the other side, and we're going to work our way to the right. So the 16 is going to go to the 6, the 7 is going to drop down to the 16, the 17 is going to go to the 7, and the 8 is going to go to the 17. And then we're going to bring our sides back. So we need the E to go back up to the 8, and the other E, the uppercase, to go up to the 3. And you'll notice now we've done a full circle, and we've arrived at 6 again up top and 4 again at the bottom. And we're going to repeat that same pattern over. So we're going to go the 5 to the lowercase e, the 6 to the uppercase e. We're starting then on the left side, so the 15 to the 5, the 4 down to the 15, work our way over, the 14 up to the 4, work our way over, and the 3 down to the 14. So the left side is done. And then the 16 goes up to the 6, just move on over. We take the 7 down to the 16, move over, the 17 to the 7, and then the 8 to the 17. We need to bring our threads back to their original position. So the lowercase e goes up to the 8, the uppercase e goes up to the 3. And this here is what we're doing is the standard 10 warp flat Kumihimo braid. I'm going to do a little bit more, and then I'm going to show you how to add beads. So I've done a little bit, and I've got this amount started here at the base. And now when you're going to finish your Kumihimo flat braid cord ends, which we have another video for, you need to be able to have enough that you're going to be able to sew this like a straight line, just a straight stitch to sew your cords together so they don't unravel, and then you're going to attach this ribbon crimp end to it. So as long as you've got enough to do that, you're ready to add beads. And now what we're going to do to add our beads is we're only going to be adding beads on the side strands. We're never going to add beads on these top and bottom strands. So that's how we're going to create this, where you've got the nice braid in the middle and the beads just along the edges. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the E, the lowercase e, but before we move it up to the 8, we're just going to drop a bead and move over. We're going to do the same on the other side. Just drop a bead and move over. If you're familiar with the round braid, you're used to having to catch those beads under the threads. This is going to actually catch for you when you continue on your braiding. So you don't have to worry about, they can just be loose like that. So now we're just going to proceed as normal. We're just going to move our threads over in the same pattern as if there weren't any beads there at all. So the 15 to the 5, the 4 to the 15, the 14 to the 4, and the 3 to the 14, and look at what just happened. It just caught there, which is exactly what you want. So I'm going to do the right side. The 16 to the 6, the 7 to the 16, the 17 to the 7, and the 8 down to the 17. Now, this one popped up, so what you want to do is just take your nail, if that happens, and just slip it under there and make sure that it stays. So now we're going to do the exact same thing again. So our side thread, just move that down. Don't worry about catching it under anything. Do the same on the other side. And now just braid as usual. Okay, and those have both caught, so we're good to go. We're just going to add another bead. Just drop it down there and move it along. Same with the other side. So you can kind of see what we have going here. You see that they're along the edge. So I'm just going to do some braiding here for a little bit, and then I will show you what I've got so you can see how it progresses. And then I'll show you how to add just a few more, just so that you get the technique down. And then you can go ahead and bead as long as you want to make a short bracelet, a wrap bracelet, a necklace, anything that you like. So I've braided a little bit more. I just want to show you what we have going here. So here's the initial braid we did that we're going to stitch into to be able to attach our ends and finish the piece. You can see I've got the beads along the side, and this is what it looks like. You see how that's arching? And so I'm just going to do a little bit more. I want to show you a top-down view as well. I'm going to do one more just so you can see it again. So it's again the side panel. We're just going to have those ones be the ones with the beads, and then we're just going to do our normal flat braid. See how that's crisscrossing? That's what's forming that nice design down the middle. That was not a bead to go in there. That guy just slipped away, and so I made sure I just scooted him back towards the bobbin. All right, and I will do one more just because I want to make sure you get this down. Just drop it in there. You see how that's just feeding through, and you've got those beads along the side. And then we're just going to do a normal braiding technique. And if one pops up, you just make sure that it stays down there. If this was a side panel, which that one was, you just coax it under that little thread bridge. And there we go. So you'll just continue on as long as you want it to be. And then if you do want to make this exact bracelet, it is on Beadaholique.com under our free projects in the bracelet section. And that has a little magnetic clasp.